Let's talk about London, the city of Big Ben, red buses, and headlines about booming property markets. But behind the glitz, there's another London family squeezed into single rooms, young professionals sharing flats into their 30s, and food bank queues growing longer. This isn't Victorian fiction. It's London today, a city where extreme wealth and deep poverty exist side by side, often just a street apart. While some debate which holiday home to visit, others, nurses, teachers, baristas, struggle to afford rent and groceries. The city has been reshaped for the global elite, pushing out the people who keep it running. It's a glittering cage, beautiful from afar, but for many, the bars are closing in. The real crisis here is one of hope. People once came to cities like London dreaming of building a life, maybe even owning a home. Now, that dream is fading, replaced by the reality of permanent precarity. The UK is no longer the land of opportunity it claimed to be. For many, it's become a place to escape from. Inequality isn't new, but in the UK, it's become impossible to ignore. On your commute, you'll see million-pound townhouses and, just around the corner, tents under railway bridges. Homelessness has exploded, not just among the chronically homeless, but among working families priced out by sudden rent hikes. Over 300,000 people in England are homeless, many hidden in temporary accommodation. Property is treated as an investment, not a basic human right. The wealthy live in a different Britain. Private schools, private healthcare, insulated from the struggles of most. For everyone else, the social contract feels broken. Working full-time no longer guarantees a decent life. The system feels rigged and people are noticing. It's not about envy, it's about fairness. The old promise was, play by the rules, and you'll be okay. Now, the rules have changed, and more people are left outside, looking in. The gap isn't just economic, it's psychological, breeding resentment and anxiety. The British dream of homeownership is fading fast. Once, buying a house was the mark of having made it. Now, for many, it's out of reach. In the late 90s, houses cost 4 times the average salary. Today, it's over 8, and double that in London. A 1-bedroom flat in central London, £500,000 minimum. Unless you have wealthy parents, forget it. Renting isn't much better. Bidding wars, mold, and rents that swallow half your pay. Saving for a deposit is mathematically impossible for millions. The housing crisis puts lives on hold. No starting families, no putting down roots. People are trapped in perpetual adolescence, unable to plan for the future. The promise that each generation would be better off than the last is broken. The property market, once a ladder, is now a wall. This isn't just economics, it's about dignity and hope. The dream has been shattered, brick by unaffordable brick. Let's talk about money, or the lack of it. For over a decade, wages have stagnated while prices for essentials have soared. The average worker is no better off than before the 2008 financial crisis. It's a lost decade and a half of progress. This isn't just theory. It means families choosing between heating and eating, young adults moving back home, and constant anxiety over unexpected bills. The safety net is threadbare. Millions are one paycheck from disaster. Official inflation figures don't capture the real pain. Rent, energy, and food costs have risen far faster. Working full-time no longer guarantees security. The UK has become a place where hard work isn't enough. People are starting to ask, what's the point? The cost of living crisis is eroding hope and stability. So what happens when housing is unaffordable, wages are stagnant, and costs keep rising? People with skills and ambition leave. This isn't retirees chasing the sun, it's a brain drain of the young and talented. STEM graduates compare UK salaries to those abroad and see a better life elsewhere. A software engineer in London might earn a third of what they'd make in San Francisco. But it's not just about money, it's about feeling valued and seeing a future. Young professionals hear from friends abroad about better work-life balance and optimism. Official data shows a significant number of young, educated Brits are emigrating. They're voting with their feet, taking their talent and energy with them. Britain is waving goodbye, unable to give them a reason to stay. The loss of skilled workers isn't just sad, it's a slow-motion disaster for the UK. When the best leave, you lose more than tax revenue. You lose the people who keep society running. The NHS is running on fumes. Doctors and nurses are leaving for better pay and conditions abroad. Every departure means longer waiting lists and less safe hospitals. Schools face the same crisis. Teachers are burning out or leaving for better opportunities elsewhere. Class sizes grow, standards fall, and the future looks bleak. Engineers, scientists, and tech workers are all part of this exodus. The UK wants to lead in science and AI, but can't keep its experts. Each departure is a small blow. Together, it's a hemorrhage of talent. The country is bleeding out the very people it needs to survive. This is a self-inflicted wound. Without change, the decline will only accelerate. Remember the late 90s and early 2000s? Cool Britannia, optimism, and a sense that things were getting better. London was the world's coolest city, the economy was growing, and public services were improving. There was a belief in progress and shared prosperity. Today, that optimism feels like a distant memory. The national mood is anxious, divided, and cynical. Young people see a future of struggle, not opportunity. The political class seems out of touch, unable to fix fundamental problems. The country is more interested in its past than building a future. This isn't just nostalgia. The data backs it up. Growth is sluggish, public services are cut, and social mobility has stalled. The UK has slipped in global rankings for education and life satisfaction. The confident, forward-looking nation has become tired and pessimistic. The Cool Britannia dream is dead, replaced by a grim reality pushing people away. This isn't just a feeling. The numbers tell the story. The typical British household is now 9% poorer than its French counterpart and 21% poorer than the German average. House prices are at record highs. In England, homes cost 8.4 times the average salary. In London, it's 12.5. The dream of home ownership is out of reach for millions. Net migration is at a record high, but a significant number of British citizens are leaving long-term. Surveys show skilled workers, especially in tech and healthcare, are actively considering moving abroad. Australia is openly recruiting NHS staff. The NHS waiting list is at 7.5 million, over 1 in 10 people. Teacher vacancies in key subjects are at crisis levels. These aren't just statistics, they're evidence of a system in decay. Years of underinvestment and wage stagnation have taken their toll. The data doesn't lie. The UK is becoming poorer, more expensive, and less functional. Here's the heart of the story. Most people leaving the UK aren't doing it with joy. It's a reluctant, often heartbreaking decision, born of necessity, not preference. They love their country, their families, their communities. They'd stay if they could build a decent life, but they can't. The country has broken its promise. Work hard, get skills, and you'll prosper. Instead, they face unaffordable housing, stagnant wages, and crumbling services. Staying means accepting a lower quality of life and a less hopeful future for their children. Leaving is the only logical move. This is a failure of governance. A country's first duty is to provide security and opportunity. The exodus is a direct result of political and economic choices. It's a vote of no confidence in the nation's future. The UK is at a crossroads. Continue down this path of decline, or choose radical change. Invest in people, build homes, restore public services, make staying a real choice again. It's time to build a Britain worth coming home to.